Okay, sweet. You get your first start at safety with the Bears last week, and you show up and make plays right away in the red zone. What was that moment like for you to know you were going to get that start and then actually make a play?
It's actually pretty crazy because last year my first start was against Minnesota. So just like full circle moments like that. But just, in the moment, trying to make a play. And I always tell people, like, it doesn't feel like real life at first when it happens just because, everything's moving so fast. But you're just trying to make a play, and then it happens, and you realize how big of a play it is on the goal line, and you keep the team from getting points. So I was just excited that I was able to be there and do that for the team.
What's the mentality this defense does have in the red zone? You guys are the best red zone defense in the league right now.
Don't give up points. Well, and if they do get down there, hold them to a field goal. But we're just always always about takeaways, because it's one thing when the offense gives you the ball or they throw you an interception, but it's just more demoralizing when you just take the ball from them and you punch it out, or so that's just our mentality. Just you go down there, bend but don't break. You get down there, but that doesn't mean you have to get points. So.
You had a big play last year when you played on Thanksgiving in Detroit, where you had a fumble recovery and ran it back for a touchdown. Yeah. What do you remember about that one, and just the entire atmosphere of being in Detroit and playing in front of a national audience on Thanksgiving?
I vividly remember just how, the crowd was it was a very, loud atmosphere. They all had their white towels on, and, everyone's there, cheering them on. And it was, I think, a second down, and Jared Goff pump faked the ball, and my dude was Sean Gary. He got a forced fumble, forced fumble on a sack, and everyone else stopped, and it was just instantaneous reaction. Got to pick it up and go, and that ended up, we jumped on them. I think it was 20-6 after that, and you just kind of shocked them a little just because we did come in as big underdogs. So you realize it's the NFL. It's just whoever's the best that day. You still have to come in and execute. So. We're excited for the matchup, for the challenge. It's going to be a good game. So, it's always good that you get to play in front of your family and they get to watch and everything. So, it's pretty exciting.
Do you like these short weeks going into a team like the Lions, who's sitting as the division leader right now?
It's a, bittersweet thing because, the game is quicker. You do get to play on, national TV game, but it's a little bit shorter, so the week is shorter, so it's harder on your body, so you have to just make sure recovery is a big part of your routine in that week, because you only have, really 2.5 days to really get your body ready before you, especially when you have an away game, you have to get ready to fly out. So, it's bittersweet, but, it's as soon as, it's 11:30 their time and it's time to go, so.
It's going to be exciting. I want to get into your story a little bit, being an undrafted guy out of a Division II school. Can you take me back to, when you were thinking about coming out and wanting to have NFL dreams, and the process of going from that to now being a huge part of the special teams unit and making your second start this week?
It's really NFL was always a dream, but I had a tragedy. My dad was shot and killed in an armed robbery, literally in camp going into my senior year. So. It was just one of those moments for me where it just gave me a different boost of energy, because now I'm I really want to get my mom in a better situation, my family in a better situation, and I went on to have the best year of my college career, and scouts took notice. And I often tell people, it doesn't matter where you come from, if you're playing well and you're being productive, they're gonna find you. So I was given that opportunity, undrafted free agent, to go to Arizona, and I actually tore my ACL my rookie year, so that was man, I get out of here and I do that, and rehabbed all the way back, and now I'm here in my 7th year in the NFL, and it's actually funny, some guys don't even know I was undrafted. I'm telling them my story and they're like, man, you were undrafted? So this is pretty cool, once you do get those years in, and you start to get experience, and you get that vet status. So it's
7 years is longer than most people make it in the NFL.
They say now it's 2 years, so.
Pretty crazy. What's the mentality you have to have of being someone who is, on practice squads and then working their way up and trying to prove themselves every single year?
Resilient and have a growth mindset always. You always have something to work on, something to get better at, and I always just took it as I wasn't ready yet. God always, He always tests you. He always give you challenges. So it was just one of those things. I just kept telling myself, I guess I'm not ready yet, So I just, you're on practice squad, so you're playing against the starters every day. So you have no choice but to get better, At the time I was in Houston, DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, like, and I'm going against these guys every day, and you don't have a choice but to get better and keep improving, and that was just my mindset that I always kept. And even this year when I wasn't playing, a bunch of defense, and I was taking reps on scout team, just like I wanted to, challenge the offense. And, in my mind, I'm a starting safety, so I'm giving those guys a great look. Whoever's like the key safety for the week, I would just always want that jersey, like just to keep myself in that mindset, and stay ready. And that's one thing I pride myself on, is just always being ready. And whenever the opportunity is going to come, just take advantage of it and don't look back.
Go make plays. I appreciate you telling us about your dad, because I did not know about that. Is there anything you do to honor him as you play?
No, I got a tattoo of it right here, but it's just one of those things that, you just don't forget about, and it's just like a motivating thing for me, and just I always tell myself I don't want to go back home, and that's just like my internal drive is, I keep doing what I'm doing, keep, being a good person, playing well, I keep myself where I'm at, so that's just one thing. Like I said, I just keep it in my mindset, and just it's a motivating thing for me.
You also mentioned your mom. What does she think about what's going on and what you're doing right now at this level?
Just unreal.
Yeah.
Because, obviously with like where I'm at and my position in life, so my mom is like a local celebrity, and so it's pretty cool for her. And it's just great to be able to see your mom smile. And now we're in a position where, we can get things, and things that you always wanted, or be able to do things. And it's just a great feeling to be able to do that. And this past off season, I just bought my mom a house, so
wow.
That was just an amazing thing to be able to do, and just fortunate and blessed that I could.
Will she be at the game on Thursday?
She won't be at this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll be at home. So.
I know Chicago loves having you here. They also love having your wife Simone here, and being able to see her at some games. It's really cool that she now gets to support you in your season. What's it been like having her here and exploring Chicago together?
It's amazing. I love playing in front of my wife, because she's gonna hold me to the highest standard, so it keeps me on my toes always. And just we've traveled so much, and even when last year she was still training and I was up in Green Bay, so we weren't able to be together as much. So this is really like our first time just being able to just be married. And I come home and there's food cooking and it smells good, and I've been here by myself with the dog, so having some help there. She's like, "Oh babe, I can take him to the vet now," and I'm just like, man, this is amazing. So it's just been great just to be able to be married. And obviously we're in Chicago, so it's a good city, bunch of good food. So we're big foodies, so we're always making a new list of new places to go and figuring out new restaurants. So it's been amazing.
Do you have a favorite restaurant?
I think Maple and Ash is probably.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
We went there, and it was the vibes were immaculate.
It's especially nice during the holiday season. Between you two and the competitive nature that you both have, because you have to have it to be the best, how do you guys like continuously push each other to be the greatest?
Just, everyone else is going to drink the Kool-Aid and tell you how good you are, but it's always about having someone who can, bring you down to earth a little bit, and just, and that's always been for me. Like, everyone's telling her, great everything is, but I'm just like, I'm not super, super critical, but, constructive criticism, she might tell me, babe, I think you can make that. She doesn't know too much about football, but she knows enough to, like, if she see me slipping on something, and, you respect it, you know what I mean? So just being with an elite athlete is just, and like me being with her, it just motivates me every day. Like, she's the greatest in her sport ever, so I'm like, some of that has to rub off on me, you know what I mean? So I just love having her there, and like, it just gives me more energy, more effort. I'm like, I want to impress my wife. So. And
you have some celebrations that are obviously inspired by her. Do you have a couple that are like always up your sleeve? You're like waiting to use, or do they come to you naturally?
I've been thinking about that one for a while. So me and one of my guys, actually, we were talking about it on Hard Knocks.
Okay.
And, kind of spoke that one into existence. But you start thinking about it like Friday, just because you want to have that on your mind. Just you always want to, like, you got to think about it. If you're gonna make a big play, you're gonna score a touchdown. Like you have to visualize that success, and I've seen that moment in my head 1,000 times. So like I told you, it didn't feel like real life, but it wasn't a surprise to me, just because I've prepared myself in that moment. And when it happened, it was crazy. It was just like, but I knew I did it, but it's still like surreal in a way. But this time, like, I had to make sure everyone was back, and I did it. And a couple of my teammates, they knew I was going to do it too. So it's just, a great way to kick off my first start. So I'm just looking to build on it.
So you're a big visualizer.
Big. You have to visualize success always. That's because so it won't surprise you whenever you do it. You know what I mean? And because you're in those moments, and it's like I've seen this before. Like it's almost like crazy deja vu. Like I can't describe it, but you just know. You know what I mean? So that's just something I've done with just counselors and mental health clinicians, and just giving yourself strategies to know that you're gonna have that success coming, and it's not just, like I said, a surprise to you. So
really cool. So when you visualize Thursday, Eric Washington just called the Lions a prolific offense. So what are you visualizing when you go out there?
Making plays. That's my big thing. Just making plays, playing fast, playing physical, talking. And that's just part of the game. Talking crap to each other. So. But it's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be an NFL football game. That's what we're coming in, and 4+ quarters. We're prepared to come in and compete and just have a dominating mindset. So fear no one, but respect all. So that's just our mindset coming in. So we're excited.
And then eat good after.
Eat great after. Yes.